What's going on YouTube? Thanks for tuning in. Today is going to be another product review. It's going to be on the HHA Tetra Tournament Edition. This was not sent out to me. I actually bought this with my own money. If you guys saw my previous video, I was shooting the Spot Hog Facet XL with the UV 3XL scope. I since switched it up to this right here. I'm always switching things up, just trying different products and see which one I like. I'm going to be trying this out for the next couple of weeks, see if I like it. If not, I'll be switching, but we will see. We're going to do a quick unboxing and then go over some specs. And then in my next video, I'm going to actually show you guys how to sight this in. And that'll be part 2 of this video. So let's go ahead and jump down and get a closer look at this. All right, brought you guys a little closer. Again, this is the HHA Tetra Tournament Edition. This is the short bar. They make a 4-5, which is this one, then a 4-7. I didn't know that this was a short bar until I actually picked it up. I did an in-store pickup, but it doesn't really matter because I wanted a dovetail just for easy on and off. We'll go ahead and unbox this for you guys. I like that HHA has went away with their plastic type of packaging. Inside the packaging, you are going to get these sight tapes. We will go over these shortly and then in the next video as well. Installation instructions, stickers, and you get some hardware here. In the box you do get the bar, and then the scope is in here. So that is the scope. Alright, so we're going to start from the back here, work our way to the front. Back here you're going to get the mount itself with a nice thumb screw there. This is going to mount to your bow riser. And then in this packaging, it does have a set screw. That is if you don't want to use this thumb screw here, because sometimes this will get in the way of quivers. I haven't tried yet to see if it'll get in the way of mine. Then you do get the 4 to 5 inch bar here. It only has 3 divots for you to choose from. The other one is going to extend out to here, has a lot more, so you can move this in or out depending on the size of your peep. Next is going to be a third axis adjustment. People don't know what third axis is. It's basically your scope moving like this for uphill, downhill shots, and then your second axis is this way. And then moving to the wheel here, you do get a full circle wheel, and the nice thing is that it does come up with a setup tape that is installed already. Scroll a little bit at the top, it's at 0. Now this is not your yardage tape, this is your setup tape. I'll go over this in my next video on how to do that. The wheel is nice and smooth, everything is machined aluminum. Nice brass contacts there for the wheel. With the inside it is exposed. That could raise some concern for some people, but HHA, they make really good products. I've not heard of any issues with this model in particular. Now this does have a pretty big wheel on the side with star looking pattern. This is so you can grab and turn as you wish. Now this is just a regular Tetra model. They do make the Tetra Max and the Rise. The Rise is the 2-pin version. This is just a single pin. And basically what that is you can switch out these wheels here. That is if you are running multiple arrows, which I don't, so I just opted out for this one. And then moving to the front here, they do have the new infinite adjust. Let's see if I'll get that in the light here. It's basically this channel here. You're going to put this scope housing inside of here. I'll show that in a bit. Basically, you're going to move this up and down to whichever height that you want. So we'll go ahead and get this installed, and we'll go over the scope and the adjustments and whatnot. So for you to mount this onto the bar here, it's pretty simple. You're going to break these 2 Allen screws loose and slide it into the channel. So this takes a 9/64 Allen, and it's going to break it loose. Not completely off, but just enough so you see some daylight in between here. And then you're going to slide it into the channel here. Goes in like that. Then you can position to whichever way that you want. I'm just going to put it right in the middle for now, just for demonstration purposes. And then to the right, that is going to be your second axis adjustment. Again, that's going to be this way. You can set that up when the bow is level in a vise. The windage adjustment here, you do have micro and macro adjustments. If you want to do big adjustments, you can loosen this all the way, and inside of here, I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but there's indents. Let's see if I can get this in the light. It's a little brighter, hopefully you guys can see, but inside of here there's little divots that sits inside of this little bracket. You can move this in or out for big adjustments like that. Then you can lock it down. Then after that, on this side, you can loosen this again and use this little knob for micro adjustments. I kind of like that they included the big gain adjustments, just because sometimes when you initially shoot this, it'll be so far off that you're going to sit there and just keep cranking this, and it takes forever, versus this where you can just loosen this and then move it to whichever position that you want. Set that there. So there's the housing itself. This is the 0.19 size. I opted for the 0.19 just because it's a little bigger and it's easier to see. Again, there's a trade-off there. If you shoot longer distances, it's going to cover more of your target at longer distances, but at 20 to 40 yards it's just fine. It does have this nice green ring on the outside here, which you can center in your peep housing. And then on the outside here, it does have a rheostat, and you can move it in or out, and that actually allows you to allow more light into the pin here itself, or you can kind of screw it back in and it'll let less light. Now HHA is known for super bright pins and very durable pins, so this option here is really nice, just because on sunny days you can kind of close it off a little bit so you don't get the starburst effect. Then down here it does have a built-in bubble level, nice and big, so you can use that in your peripheral vision. And also on top here it does have a little threaded hole for your blue burst light that is sold separate from HHA as well. It's around 30 to 40 bucks. You can get that separately. Then moving back to this infinite adjust here, compared to the old Tetra and the Kingpin, they have preset holes on here. So for you to set your 20 initially, it was kind of annoying because if you ended up being in between holes, you would just have to pick the next closest one and you won't get the most yardage out of your yardage tape. One tip I've learned is you're gonna want to set this to 0, run this all the way to the highest position, and then start sighting in your bow. Start out at like 10 yards, that way you don't miss the target. Make sure you get up and down decent. Break these 2 screws here and move it up and down. And that way when you start out at 20, your scope's gonna sit really high, and that's gonna allow you to have the maximum yardage while leaving the setup tape at 0. Anyways, that is it for the scope here. I know it's a short video, but I just want to show you guys what I picked up today. Again, this is the HHA Tetra 4 to 5 inch version, 3 mounting holes. This one here is very popular with the Matthews integrated riser, just because this is short, and with the long ones, it's going to stick back further into the riser, which a lot of people don't like just aesthetically, but this one will fit it just fine. Yep, that is it for today's video. Again, this is the HHA Tetra Tournament Edition. No affiliation with HHA. I did go and buy this for the one money, like I mentioned. I just want to try something different. I'm always trying new products, see what I like, and just show you guys as consumers before you guys go out and buy it. Again, that is the 0.19. I forgot what housing this is. It's just their standard housing. I think it's 1 inch and 5/8 or something like that. Not 100% sure, but this is their standard size with the rheostat housing. These come standard nowadays. Just some quick things I do like about this is the infinite adjust here, and like I mentioned before, it's easy to use because you're going to set this to 0, setting your 20, move this up and down until your 20 elevation is on, and then lock it down, fix your left and right. That is it for today's video. I'm trying to get to 3,000 subscribers, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button, also the notification bell, and give this video a thumbs up. Helps my algorithm a lot. You guys will be seeing a lot more videos of archery related products, hunting, maybe fishing. I'm not sure if this year I'm going to do any fishing, but if you guys want to see some fishing videos, leave in the comment section below. I will try to go and do some fishing for you guys. But yeah, any questions, leave in the comment section below. I'll try my best to answer it. Until next time, be safe everyone.